Hey guys, this is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm jumping in with a VR to my homegirl, Imogen Walters. I'm not sure if she was creating a tag, but this is going to be a VR to her. She did her top 10 spooky tarot and oracle decks. It was really hard for me to pare it down to 10 because I was thinking, well, I guess this is like dark but really not spooky, or you know, some of them are kind of playful spooky, so not like really like super scary, but more just, I guess, more like decks that I feel drawn to during like the Samhain Halloween season. Oh, and I want to show you guys, I'm wearing my delicious egg sweatshirt. I love my eggs. Let's go ahead and look at my top 10. So the first one comes in this little velvet bag, and these are the backs. This is the vintage Halloween cards. So it's not really a tarot or oracle deck. They're just various vintage Halloween cards that were printed up by Tarot by 7. And I do use it as an oracle deck. So, you know, some of them are like quirky cute. Some of them are kind of creepy, especially like some of the pumpkin faces and the moon faces. So, you know, I guess it kind of fits that like spooky top 10 category, I guess. But definitely a Halloween deck. This is probably one of the only decks that I do wait until like October, November to use. Otherwise, like other decks, like let's say like the Halloween Tarot or Halloween Oracle, I don't I like kind of use those all year round, but for this one it's more like I use it specifically for Halloween. Okay, my second deck I think is a deck that Imogen had mentioned, and that is, yes, the Halloween Tarot. And this is created by Kipling West. I believe her cards that I saw were larger, like I think actual tarot size, where this is a mini deck. And some decks I just prefer in mini fashion. I just think sometimes like when things are exaggerated, like really like a giant jumbo edition of cards or a miniature edition of cards, for some reason I'm just that much more drawn to the images, where if it was just a standard deck I'd probably be like eh. And I don't know what it is about just odd sizings of decks. I don't know. Okay, my third choice on the list is the Zombie Tarot. So this one is cheeky, and it's not meant to be scary at all, but you know, zombies, Halloween. Again, this isn't really like relegated to Halloween. I use this anytime, and this was back when I only had like really a couple of decks, so this was probably like the third deck I ever got. But it's got that like 50s 60s kitsch to it, and it's zombies, and it's hilarious. So yeah, it's a deck that I love like using just for people, other people, myself. But I think during Halloween it's a lot of fun to use, especially, you know, with Halloween parties and going and reading at parties. Like, this is a fun deck. So yeah, you got the Zombie Tarot. Yes. The fourth deck on my list is Le Tarot du Marseille par Polka. And so this one, of course, yes, is also not a like Halloween deck, but Imogen was talking about spooky decks, creepy decks, just like kind of twisted and weird decks. Here's the little backs with little skulls, and yeah, we have like umbilical cords, you know, running throughout this deck, and just like the facial expressions on some of these people, and there's some people that are like beheaded, you know, it's kind of creepy, it's kind of dark, but in a like a dark humor, cheeky kind of way. Like actually getting stabbed in the heart. That's awesome. So yeah, if you're looking for like a Halloween cheeky, darkly funny deck, I think Nice. I think this one would be your like a good call. Yeah, I dig it. All right, the fifth deck on my the fifth deck on my list is the Earthly Souls and Spirits Oracle cards by Terry Foss, and I got this off of Etsy. She and her daughter have some beautiful artworks that they sell on Etsy, not just this deck, but they do sell, you know, just definitely go check out Terry Foss. But the backs of the cards are all a little bit different. Terry Foss's daughter actually took pictures, all these lunar pictures, and did all the Photoshop for them, which I thought was pretty cool. So this deck, although not creepy, and I don't just use it for Halloween, because people aren't just witches just on Halloween. That doesn't mean you abandon your practice. But I think it's a lot more dark, you know, and I think if you're looking for a darker deck, or something that, you know, a lot of these people are just kind of alone out during the full moon with their kitty, that it seems it could be, I guess, in a interesting sort of way, kind of spooky, kind of alone. Well, I mean, maybe not this one. This is kind of a happy card, but yeah, there's something kind of just dark and yet loving and somber all at the same time with these images. Yeah, so I guess this is more like a, I guess, just dark or autumnal feel, but you know, if you're looking for Halloweeny, I guess that would be like, because it has like your typical witchy hat witch in it, then yes, I think that fits the box there. Okay, the sixth deck on my list would be the Bohemian Gothic Tarot. So again, not necessarily just for Halloween, but again, we're looking for spooky decks or creepy decks or darkly weird decks. It's the backing is by Baba Studios, and I really like these cards year-round. You know, sometimes I even use them in the summertime, but these to me aren't scary. They are a little creepy, but also kind of funny. You know, I kind of see the like tongue-in-cheek humor in a lot of these cards. I don't think they're meant to be taken super seriously, not very serious, but yeah, I like it, you know, especially because they got the bluish tint throughout it, which is like nighttime, dark, right, maybe during the witching hour, you know, so very good for again, Halloween. All right, deck number 7 is the Victoria Francis Oracle cards. These some dark cards. I have used them in years other than like winter and autumn, or in months other than winter and autumn, but it's rare. To me, these are just, or when I'm trying to do shadow work. So yeah, it's mostly I just use it in winter or autumn or for shadow work, because these are so dark. And even though these girls like kind of look innocent, they're also like creepy innocent, you know? Like you don't totally trust them, and there's something like a little cray-cray with them. But yeah, there's a lot of emotion that is emoted from these images as well. There's just a lot of emoting going on, mostly dark emotions. So definitely good for shadow work. This is the only card that I have a hard time getting along with, just because I love stuffed animals, and it really breaks my heart that that stuffed animal is torn apart. So yeah. The 8th deck on my list is the Mildred Payne's Oracle of Black Enchantments. I would probably also put Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle in here too, but I don't know. I think, well, those are, I don't know, they're not really that creepy to me though. I mean, they're kind of cute, but I don't know. I guess other people might find it creepy. And plus, you know, I had to kind of pare this down to 10 decks, so that was kind of hard. So I decided to use the black enchantments instead. So these are the backs of these very large cards. And there are all kinds of weird going on in here. Very dark. A lot of people would consider it very creepy. My friend Steph out in Belgium cannot work with this deck because she finds it way too creepy and way too dark and way too sinister. Again, I'm more like, I find, to me it's humorous. The Victoria Francis Oracle, okay, yeah, to me that's kind of creepy dark. But the other decks I've really shown you, it's like, they don't really like scare me or you know, creep me out in any way. But I could see how this might be creepy to some people. Oops, this one's upside down. Yes, the 9th deck on my list is the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco because yes. Oh, and I have to mention for the Oracle Black Enchantments, it's by the Deviant Moon. So just in case you didn't know. Okay, so here's the backs. I mean, that's so Halloween-y and it's cute. And I know that some people are like, oh, well, it doesn't match the images on the other side because the images are so serious. These, again, can creep me out a little bit, but I love that one. It's beautiful. But more, they just, okay, well, I don't like spiders, so maybe that one creeps me out. I don't know. Yeah, and I bust this out year round, actually, not just on Halloween. But, I don't know. I guess it's more something inside is like, okay, why I'm a little creeped out by this one, even though maybe it's like not that creepy of a picture. I think it just kind of brings out some maybe shadow work or things like that. The ghost one, maybe a little creepy. Yeah, but I love these cards. Number 10 on my list is Le Vampire. And so kind of dark. I am actually, here's the backs of the cards. I am a little creeped out by the artwork on here. So the artwork is by Jasmine Beckett Smith, and the deck is by Lucy Cavendish. And I like, I'm both intrigued by Jasmine Beckett Smith's artwork, so I do have a lot of her artwork, you know, in Oracle deck form, whether it was by Lucy Cavendish or not, you know, the decks, you know, with the big eyes and the big heads and the, you know, it's like intriguing, but it's also creepy. Like I'm kind of skeezed out by them a little bit sometimes. So perfect for Halloween. Perfect for this time of year, I should say. Okay, I cheated a little bit. I went over by one deck, so it's actually, I guess, my top 11 decks, but it was meant to be my top 10, and it's the other Lucy Cavendish deck using Jasmine Beckett Smith's artwork. So like I said, although I have a lot of Jasmine Beckett Smith decks, like artwork decks and like books and things like that, like her art books, it's like my list just wouldn't be complete without these shadows and light oracle, because it's also really creepy and it does have elements of Halloween in it and, you know, things like that. So consider this my cheat, my one extra deck on my list. This is the backs of the cards, and here we go. So yes, just one more. Had to add one more to the list of spooky, creepy, Halloween-y, autumny, wintry type decks. I mean, look at their eyes. I mean, just kind of cute. That's kind of, I don't like people like looking over my shoulder or like being behind me, so that kind of creeps me out when I see that. Alright, so that's it for me, you guys. That was my top 10 +1 bonus deck for creepy, spooky tarot oracle decks. Again, this was a VR to my girl Imogen Walters. I loved all her picks. I know that I may have repeated a couple of her picks because I too love those decks. And I encourage you guys to post your top 10 with maybe one bonus deck for spooky tarot and oracle decks. So she did the hashtag spooky decks, hashtag Halloween. And yeah, so this was a lot of fun. Thank you, Imogen, for posting that video, and I really enjoyed doing the VR to you. I look forward to seeing if anybody else, you know, does a top 10s spooky tarot and oracle decks. Yeah, and if you guys dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading with me, perhaps with one of the lovely decks that I just mentioned, then head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. I have a lot of different types of readings. And I also sell room and body sprays, healing salves, bracelets that I make. There's a link to my Etsy shop through my website. And join that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot if you would like to support what I do here on YouTube and through Kittens, Waits, and Tarot. If you have ideas for videos that you want me to do, meetups you want me to do, if you want to help support the Oracle deck that I am in the middle of working with a printer and creating, then yeah, definitely head over to the tribe. You can help out for as little as $1 a month. I appreciate each and every person that's on there that's helping me out, and you get freebies in the process. So how cool is that? All right, well, I'll catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.